Join us today as we visit Glamorous, France, from a stop in Cannes. Beginning our adventure on the stunning French Riviera, Cannes is our first of 3 Mediterranean French ports. We'll explore the coast and experience its elegance and charm. Our ship is in the bay, and it's a tender port. We are heading out to Cannes off the tender that was provided by the French authorities, and it's impressive. They brought out a barge, actually, a platform barge type of thing, and they're providing these huge, nice, big tender boats. No weight, like they can't fill them. Anyway, our plan today is to go to Eze.
I think it's pronounced Eze.
Eze, okay. Our plan is to go to Eze, and we're going to take a train. It's about a 10-minute walk to the train, and then we're going to get the train and go to Eze.
Yeah.
So
It's 50 minutes train ride.
yeah, I like trains. So
They run every half an hour, so like on the way back we can stop in
Antibes.
Antibes, yes.
Yes, that's how you call it. Yeah, the French Riviera. We were told that there's not a whole lot to do here other than
Go to the beach.
Go to the beach. Yeah, we're not beach. We don't want to go to the beach. Every summer, the waters of southern France transforms into a luxurious playground for the rich and famous. Yachts and sailboats, they pack the harbors and the bays, showing vessels beyond the imagination of most ordinary people. It's a stunning display of wealth and elegance that leaves you thinking, wow, it sure must be nice. Time is precious on a cruise, so we're heading to the train station to go to see Eze. Cannes has a lovely beach and pricey stores, but Eze truly excites us. Basically, it's just
Yeah, gets a current and he gets all the garbage right here. Look at the fish dress, huh?
I completely agree with Sarko. The journey is exciting and fascinating as a destination. Time just flies when you're in new places. Everything is fresh and captivating. As we leave the Eze-sur-Mer for the Eze Village, the scenery sure is transforming. The narrow, winding road reveals spectacular views of the Mediterranean coastline and the lush hillsides. Each hairpin turns just offers breathtaking vistas. As we climb higher, the air feels fresher, the landscape rugged and picturesque, heightening our anticipation. We took the train to Eze, and then from there we called it an Uber, and then the Uber brought us up to the mountain. Unbelievable views. And now we're walking up to the fort, or the old town. But there's already a lot of people here, even from the ship. As we reach the entrance of the Eze Village, its medieval charm, it just instantly strikes us. Perched on a rocky hilltop, the village's narrow streets and stone buildings are beautifully preserved. Eze is a pedestrian-only village. It enhances this old-world atmosphere. We begin our ascent on foot, climbing cobblestone streets lined with ancient stone walls, vibrant flowers, and quaint shops. Each turn reveals delightful surprises. It's a maze of cobblestone paths, stone archways, and hidden courtyards. The buildings with terracotta roofs and ivory-covered walls radiate timeless charm. Art galleries, boutiques, and artisan shops line the streets, offering unique souvenirs from handmade jewelry to local crafts. The village seamlessly blends with the surroundings, with the flowers and the plants. It really adds colorful bursts to the stone buildings. Oh my gosh. That's creative. Dude, this place looks like a fairy tale.
Is it?
Eze's ancient history is marked by a strategic hilltop location, coveted by civilizations like the Phoenicians, the Greeks, and the Romans. These cultures left their imprints, and Eze became an important stronghold in the Middle Ages, shaping the village's enduring historical significance and enchanting character. The strategic significance is clear from its hilltop location, with narrow, winding streets designed to confuse invaders, and its elevated position offers clear views of the surrounding area. The ancient design, it reflects its historical importance and defense advantages, making it a fascinating place to explore. Well, we came into the exotic garden that's on the top of the hill that has the most magnificent views. It was €8 per person, and it takes you into the exotic garden, and I mean, you're not going to believe your eyes. The most beautiful view you can imagine of the Mediterranean Sea. And you can see the mountain here where we actually drove up. Oh my gosh. We can tell it's extremely dry up here. It's all cacti and succulent type plants. Actually, the road that we came in on is over there in my distance. And it was winding down the hill. It's really unique here.
Tomorrow our cruise ship is going to be over there somewhere.
It's Margot, and the artist said, "Follow me, young man, and you shall know all my secrets." Almost.
Oh,
I like that. Without a doubt, one of the most striking features of Eze is its breathtaking views of the Mediterranean Sea. The sea's constant presence enhances the village's historical charm. From various village points, you can gaze over the azure waters, watching the sunlight dance on the waves. As we stroll through the gardens, vibrant colors and unique plant shapes captivate us. Sculptures add artistic flair, and from the gardens, we see the coastline from Nice to Monaco. This is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. It feels like stepping into a postcard, with every view offering a calming and inspiring vibe. It's no wonder artists and writers have flocked to Eze. They find boundless inspiration in its breathtaking natural beauty and tranquil charm. It makes a perfect retreat for creativity and reflection. Walking down the hill, it's hard to leave this quaint village. It's remarkably still free from crowds and mass tourism.
What's happening, Teresa?
We're having lunch. The French style.
French style, okay. That's the appetizer that we got. A lot of good things.
Yeah, really good.
Delicious.
Caesar salad.
Cheers.
You're getting fish and chips.
Yeah, but I'm getting it with the French fries.
French fries. The real
And the fish and chips. And Alexei got the duck.
The duck. That looks very good.
That was good too.
I think the French knows how
Yeah.
to cook duck. They know how to
Yeah.
cook duck. We took an Uber back down the mountain from the medieval town of Eze, and now we're on the train. We only had to wait 10 minutes. They come every half hour. So now we're heading to the next stop, which is going to be Antibes. Trains are the best way to travel the French Riviera. They're fast, convenient, and scenic, stopping in the heart of cities. Next stop for us is Antibes. Yeah, they're neat.
Beautiful.
Oh, I like that one. Nestled on the idyllic French Riviera, Antibes combines historical allure with contemporary sophistication. Famous for its gorgeous coastline, rich history, and thriving art scene. It really is a beloved destination for those seeking the ultimate Mediterranean experience. Like these, something like these. Look how pretty these are. So they have the thing on the outside, and that pretty. Arty. Antibes, it's a vibrant hub of art, culture, and crafts, and it's long been a haven for artists, writers, and local craftspeople. Exploring the many galleries, you'll find unique items that reflect the town's rich, creative heritage. Outside the city wall, the boat harbor is a striking scene of sailboat masts like a forest, and long piers adorned with multi-million-dollar yachts, showcasing the ultimate luxury. That's huge.
It's a big fish.
Oh, look at the bread. Wow, how beautiful. Just a short walk brings us to the Picasso Museum and the scenic promenade. That must be Nice over there. Nice?
Yeah.
And you're going to find in front of the Picasso Museum an amazing wall with an incredible promenade. And I would recommend coming down here and walk the promenade. It's gorgeous. There's the French flag.
Look at the statue.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're in front of the Picasso Museum. How can you not love old towns, old historic towns? Like this town is known for its art, the Antibes Old Town. It's known for its art. And everywhere you look, there's kind of really neat art. Statues. Oh, and you even have a little tourist train. Look at that. Le Petit Train Antibes. They're talking about the art here in this town. Yeah, that's neat. Looks like that same artist that was up on the... Wow, that's pretty, huh? They're naked. They're naked. And skinny. Look like they're starving to death. The Poet's Garden features impressive sculptures. They seamlessly integrate art and nature to create an enhancing and captivating experience as you stroll through. She made a little wire thing over the top, so he can't get out. And seems to rest quietly in the midday heat. You can tell France is into their wines. That's a nice wine shop. French style cappuccino.
Is it the same as the Italian?
Yeah. Looks like it.
White wine, huh?
Yeah, white wine. Big glass.
White wine? Red wine.
Awesome.
Of course I do.
Now we're heading back to Cannes for a short walk before we return to the ship.
This is where on the Cannes festival, and if you want a picture with all the stuff like
Movie stars.
movie stuff, you have to wait.
There's actually people waiting. We're seeing.
I know.
People are
wait in
lined
line.
up to take their picture with plastic cars in the back of
Oh, yeah.
pictures.
Plastic red carpet.
Bizarre.
I can do better job on Photoshop.
Yeah. The sidewalk tiles feature handprints of famous stars. Angelina Jolie.
Oh,
Meg Ryan. Oh no, Meg Ryan. Yeah. Celebrities really aren't our thing, and most of them are unfamiliar to us. Cannes used to be a humble fishing village, but in the 19th century, the aristocrats discovered its mild climate and scenic beauty, and it began its transformation. They built extravagant villas and established it as a resort town. The Cannes Film Festival, the city's most iconic event, draws filmmakers, actors, and celebrities to exclusive parties in the luxurious hotels, making the city a glamorous hotspot. There's a lot of yachts in the world. I mean, a lot. This is just one port.
A lot of yachts, a lot of private planes.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. It's a big world.
Yeah.
Look at this black one. It's beautiful, huh?
Gosh, yeah. High-end hotels host exclusive parties during the festival, with celebrities visiting at every corner. Today's visit was fantastic. The Riviera exceeded our expectations. We absolutely loved its beauty and charm. You'll see VIP helicopter taxis. They zip from town to town or from private yachts, providing a lavish service for the rich. Thanks for exploring this part of the globe with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and if you haven't yet subscribed, you can do so now. Stay tuned for more exciting adventures around the world. In our upcoming video, we'll journey to the hilltop village of St. Paul de Vence, a medieval artist retreat on the French Riviera. We'll also explore the picturesque coastal village of Ville-Francais-sur-Mer with its charming streets and beautiful seaside views. Join us for an exciting adventure through these stunning French destinations.